How do you know that name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a new countdown. I hate that one.
I've lost all hosting powers. Clearly, it's just a free for all. Evening, everyone. Hope your Sunday and your weekend's been good. We've got quite a lot going on today, actually. Not as long as the last stream, which went on into the night. But
we hadn't even finished, Sam.
We hadn't even finished.
Is it.
Oh, yeah. Lee, finish your point from last time.
Where was I? Finish the introductions.
Yeah, so a lot's happened since that famous stream. It was probably our second longest stream, I think. Oh, it might have been our longest, actually. I think it was our longest. Anyway, I digress. I have 3 people with me this evening. First of all, I'm going to start with Lee. How are you doing?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm grand. Thank you. How are you doing? You all right?
Yes, all good.
Yeah.
Better for being on my favourite place on the Sunday. Devon, how are you?
I'm doing well. Stayed up late. It's Sunday and ready for the day.
Well, our days. This is the nuts thing because our day's nearly finishing. Kyle, how are you?
Kyle.
Or Heel Batman, shall I say?
Where is
Who are
she?
you?
I'm all good, Sam. I'm ready to speak about some wrestling and catch up with some shiz.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. First of all, I do this some weeks and not other weeks because I forget. But I today have fancy banners. Fancy banners. So we have a huge pay-per-view this evening. Some would say that it's fully redemption from AEW this week. I hope so. I think it will be for me because of the Bryan Danielson and the Will Ospreay match. I think that's just going to be a match for the ages. Thankfully, I have a work from home situation in the morning tomorrow, so I may or may not have that in the background just in case anybody is watching this stream.
Nice.
I didn't think about that when I
when it first said it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I won't be watching it at home tomorrow in my morning walking.
He's going to be working. Focus.
Yeah, they can watch it back, so it's done anyway now.
Won't even have a TV in the background. He doesn't even have a TV.
What is it, a TV? I don't know.
Television? What is that?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll accidentally trip and fall and place it on the TV. That's what'll happen. So before anything happens, I've really dug myself a hole there. So.
Good evening, Posh Bertie in the chat. Hello, mate.
Yeah, cut that.
The link is in the group if you fancy popping in at any stage, but there's completely no pressure at all. So, my banner's there. So I've got the guest predictions and I've got my predictions, which I'll run through. But this one's all on Heel Batman because again he's looking for redemption. He lost in his debut predictions last time out. So he's looking for redemption now.
I did.
So
loser.
So currently the guest still hold the title.
Look at us. Look at us guest over here being champions. We're like the tag team champions, technically, right?
I've still got the belt, boys. It's all right.
We're the tag team champs, though.
I won't let go of this belt.
Our belts are in the mail.
I've missed you there, Lee. I couldn't see you for a second.
Aha! I'm unstoppable, but I'm forcing you to film me.
Heel Batman face turn. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Never.
So, first of all, I'm going to start from the bottom of my list to the top. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn versus the Bullet Club. So, Heel Batman, I want an answer.
I'm going to go Bullet Club.
Merci beaucoup, Mrs. M.
So, I've gone with Bullet Club as well, but Jordan's predictions for the guests, he has gone for Acclaim. So, there's a difference straight off the bat. So,
I wasn't informed in this.
Yeah. Well, you told
Bullet
me
Club
that,
for life.
Is do you have, obviously I have Devon and Lee on the show, do you have any objection as to pick that as your pick?
Wait, what were my options again?
Are you an arse man or are you Bullet Club man?
See, I'm a face guy, but you know what? I gotta go ass.
Is an ass man.
Yeah, gotta go with ass.
So what are you picking then?
Oh,
what were the options one more time? That's what I was trying to hack first. What were the options again?
So apparently, if you didn't know this already, Devon, the Acclaimed's little thing is scissor me. So they go like that.
Do you want now, Sam? Sorry, what?
I've said it once. I'm not going to say it again.
For an encore performance, you can find Sam Wilson on.
Please, just watch your back. You can just watch your back, can't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with whatever Lee said, man.
Whichever one you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the crowd here. I'm going with whatever Lee said.
I'm Bullet Club for life there, I'm afraid. Yeah. Sorry.
Bullet Club, man.
It doesn't matter what I think.
Posh, if you're in the chat, you get the deciding vote.
Sorry, boys.
We're saying, Lee, you better retain my weight. No, our title.
Right, I'm going to...
waiting on you, Bertie, mate.
Because at the minute, Jordan's Acclaimed, Lee and Devon are Bullet Club. So the deciding vote is on Posh. I don't know what we're going to do if Posh decides.
I mean, at that point, I'm going to say I think it's already 2-3. Whoa!
Oh, I love a bit of that.
I love that.
If it weren't Arsenal, then it'd be...
Aye.
Hold on.
But, that's not official Gooner Gathering merch.
Guys,
yet,
I do have some merch too. So,
look at that.
Cup games together.
I just need my Heel Batman one.
Lee, did you tell them all the things they can do with the cups if they do purchase it? You know, the multiple uses of the cup.
Well, they can shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it up. Anyway. What do you expect of an old school wrestling fan, guys? You know?
There's a video of something like that on the internet, but it doesn't end too well.
Yeah, that's also on my OnlyFans as well, like that.
Make sure you subscribe.
There is I am doing a discount of £5 for the next 5 people that join. So, yeah.
No refunds given.
Moving on very quickly.
And I thought Bertie broke me on Gooner Gathering yesterday.
So Edge, what I'm going to do tonight for the AEW pay-per-view, I'm just going to sit there on OnlyFans in my boxes and live react to it. So
you'll probably get more watchers there than AEW.
You're not making this sound any better, Sam, are you, mate?
You might get more buys than AEW though, so that way.
Let's hope so. So again, moving swiftly on. So Edge, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus a House of Black. Heel Batman, who are you going with?
Wait, say those again, please.
So Edge,
Yeah.
or whatever you might call him on the new promotion.
Adam Copeland.
In Kingston, Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black.
I don't.
I'm gonna go Edge.
Okay. Edge.
Champion.
Eddie,
Champion.
Mark Briscoe. Jordan went for House of Black. Is there any objections from the guests?
I mean, I just don't like the triple threat or the 3-person tag team matches.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't.
I think those are just kind of lame. But
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I want to say Edge, but knowing AEW, like they'll probably have him lose because they don't know how to run things properly. So,
Jordan's got a good shout in the chat there.
Yeah, how
You know
cool
what?
would it be if Adam Copeland would
would
be
be
in
cool.
House of Black? I don't know enough about House of Black, so
House of Job was more like.
I'm about to say I think
They could
Edge
do
being
with
in any
Adam
group,
Copeland.
The coolest thing is be if Adam Copeland came back to WWE.
Do you mean they could do with an Edge?
An Edge, yeah. They could do with a good Edge.
You know,
Hey, pause. That sounds mad.
it'd be
Wait, what?
crazy if Edge came back for Judgment Day. That'll be insane,
Edging.
you know. But
Just edging it, mate. Just edge it.
What sort of stream is this, gentlemen?
So, yeah.
we get taken off YouTube,
I'll go with the House of Black. I'll go with House of Black. Lee, you let me know your prediction.
Say that one, right.
Even Batman's broken up there. Look.
I'm trying to maintain here. So Lee, I picked House of Black. Who do you go with?
Well, look, I prefer the theme of Copeland and Briscoe, to be fair.
But you're 2-1, Lee, so I'm afraid you're out.
No. When I'm right, you know.
Hook versus Chris Jericho. Obviously, in the last couple of weeks, I'll just update Devon and Lee, just in case I haven't seen it. So, Hook has gained guidance from Chris Jericho. He's been under Chris Jericho's wing. Chris Jericho's been kind of guiding him on decisions. But this week on AEW Dynamite, they fell out. Taz basically tried to break it up, but Chris Jericho pushed Taz. That made Hook angry, and Hook said, "Get out of my ring." So that's why we've got a match between for Hook's title. Jordan's prediction was Hook. Heel Batman, what are you going with?
I'm going to agree with Jordan there. Hook, I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Hook.
I've actually gone Chris Jericho. I can see it changing. So I've done something different. Any objections to Hook from Jordan, the guests?
I'm happy with Hook. Hook, line and sinker. Putting over the younger talent is Jericho.
Yeah, I think Jericho should retire.
No, he's still a great. Like, even if he doesn't wrestle, his storytelling and his off the mic work.
Be a manager then.
Being around for it, it's next level.
Be a manager, do a podcast. You know, you can still talk, just don't wrestle anymore. That's all I
can't be ageist. I mean, look, Hogan would still go.
Hogan should have retired too. Ric Flair, all of them. Give it up. Don't be the Undertaker in his last match. That's all I'm saying.
That it would.
Do you know what made me choose Hook? I was on Instagram this morning, and he just came up randomly, like on my feed, and I was like, you know what, there, dude's like, he must be like being pushed at the minute, like through social media. He's gonna get a push in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So, next one I think is really interesting. So we've got Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. This is again for a title. Roderick Strong is currently the title holder. I've gone with Roderick Strong retain. Jordan's gone Roderick Strong retain. Heel Batman, what are you thinking?
Wait, who was it again? Sorry.
So Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Well, I'm going to disagree on this one with you because I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, I'm gonna back him.
Kyle O'Reilly. You
Well, they're all members of the what did he call the faction up in NXT?
Oh, damn it! Now you're
Bertie, help me! Bertie, help me!
The
Undisputed Era. Thank you, mate.
Undisputed Era. That's it. You've got it.
The Undisputed Era colliding here. So
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Strong on this one, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Jordan's pick on that one.
Yeah.
We've got the first of the women's title matches. Julia Hart against Willow Nightingale. I'm really looking forward to this one because they've given Willow Nightingale a big push over the last few weeks. So I've gone with her to be the new champ. Heel Batman. What you saying?
Wait, say those again. I missed them. Sorry.
Pardon, eh?
Sorry.
Old there, mate. Have you got a new
Yeah. Yeah.
Julia, is it a bit hard to hear under that heel Batman mask?
Nah, it's not the mask. It's just I think I'm a bit tired. I watched the boxing last night. That's all. A bit tired. Look.
So we have Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale. Julia Hart.
I'm gonna go Julia Hart. Julia Hart.
Julia Hart. Okay. Jordan has gone with Julia Hart. Any objections? I guess.
No, I think
am I mixing it up? Is there another Hart that might be leaving? Because I'd quite like going with Nightingale. I'd go Nightingale, even though I don't know who that is. Just for the if in my head I hear a Julia gonna be leaving. So yeah, that's what I think.
So Posh, you've got the deciding vote. It's 2-1 currently. Well,
the tension in the chat. I might be okay. Willow Nightingale. There we go.
Wait, what?
Juliana.
It's not Julia Hart. I was thinking, isn't that Julia Hart? Wait, nah, I'm getting confused. I think. Wait, no. Jordan said in the chat, Juliana, not Julia Hart. Juliana from NJPW.
No, it's Julia Hart.
Wait, I'm so confused now. What's going on?
Too many Julias and Juliana.
Too many broken hearts in the world. That's too many dreams.
I think what he's talking about is when Lee said there's a Hart leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's saying Juliana is going to NXT.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
Posh has gone Willow Nightingale. So this means we've got a stalemate on 2-2.
I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale because the name sounds cool, actually. I like that name.
Well, so I've overruled that one. You've gone Willow Nightingale.
I was going to say, if it's 2-2, does it go to penalties? But
had enough of penalties today.
Same.
I hadn't. When it went to penalties, I was really looking forward to the penalties, but after I watched them, I didn't really like them anymore. So
that's Eddie Soccer fans in the chat, by the way.
Maybe one
day United. Sorry.
Lee, one day I'll come on and you got to teach me about soccer.
Okay. Well, we'll do a deal. I'll have you on soccer and you can teach me about, the basketballs.
Yes, that'll be hilarious. I think that'll be the best.
That'll be a 3-pointer for sure.
Yes. I'll be kicking it into the goal. Goal. They do that on every game, right? Goal. Is that
I
just the
couldn't
Mexican
agree,
one?
Posh. I couldn't agree any more, Posh.
I was helping
Yeah,
our
that's
American
fine.
friend out, okay?
So you can. We'll let you, Devon. We'll let you on Gooner Gathering if you agree to call it football.
That is going to be very difficult for me.
Is it?
I'm gonna confuse. I'm gonna confuse it with. Like I'm gonna confuse with the NFL. I'm telling you that now. The moment you guys say the words football, the first thing I'm thinking of like NFL teams. But
Well, we'll have to call a goal a touchdown or something.
I will try. I will try to call it football. I will say football. Can I say that? Is that a compromise?
Yeah, you can get away with that. As long as it's not soccer,
there we
you
go.
can get away with any abbreviation of it. It doesn't matter how you say it.
Kickball.
Except for soccer.
No, can't say kickball. That's a whole nother sport.
Honestly, I would rather you call it
straight, man.
I would rather you call it kickball than soccer. I honestly would. So, going back into the business of sweaty man wrestling.
What
we all like to see on a Sunday.
It's the real reason we're all here, guys.
It's not even a stream at this point. It's just a comedy club.
I think that's what I'm liking it, to be fair.
The worst comedy club.
I mean,
I haven't even brought the dad
we're
jokes
being
out yet.
entertaining for the, everyone
Sports
in there.
entertaining.
Exactly. We're having a good time. But yeah.
In the words of Queen, we're having a good time. Having a good time.
In it.
Yeah, we've had everything. We've had OnlyFans, we've had wrestling, we've had football, we've had singing.
Exactly. And if you're enjoying what we do here on Wrestle Dawg, please make sure you give us a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestle Dawgs.
Yeah.
And not just that, Lee. Also, go get your merch.
Get the merch.
Get the merch. It's
That's
like when you
Bertie
say it
does.
like that, Sam, it sounds like it's not like a super cool thing.
I do believe my broadcast partner is on the chat in the chat. I make sure Lee is a professional during Gooner Gathering streams. I'm a man of sensibility. Sense and sensibility, perhaps.
All right, let's get this back on track, guys.
Yep. Get us back on the A train.
Are we done with the predictions?
What predictions?
No. Has everyone come down yet?
What's in this coffee? Thank you, Emma.
I think you've been partaking in what Devon and Heel Batman were partaking in yesterday for the special day.
Where's my pen?
I'm a law-abiding citizen of the UK. I do not partake in such
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. How about
Heel Batman.
Right.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Only prescription.
Yes, indeed. Let's get us back on track, Sam, mate.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
All right, that's enough.
So, Okada and Pac. I'm going to go with Okada. Jordan's gone with Okada. Heel Batman.
I'm going to agree there. I'm going to go Okada.
Young Bucks and FTR. I've gone with Young Bucks. Jordan's gone with FTR. What are you saying?
Oh.
I'm going to go with Young Bucks.
I'm going to go CM Punk. Sorry. Nah. I'm going to go Young Bucks as well, probably.
Okay.
Because the build's been so strong in this one.
It has. It's been, some would say, frightening.
They've gone all in on it.
Mm-hmm. They've honestly, I'm scared for my life when I watch this match.
It's real glass though, so it's all right.
Yeah.
If they don't bring that up in the match, I don't know what's going wrong.
So, moving on, Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. Tony Storm's obviously current champ, quite dominant. I've gone with Tony Storm to retain. Jordan's gone with Tony Storm to retain. Heel Batman
is going Tony Storm to retain.
Cool. Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson. I've gone with Will Ospreay. There was obviously no answer in this for me. Will Ospreay's my boy. So
the aerial assassin, absolutely, man.
Heel Batman.
Just to mix it up a bit, I'm gonna go Bryan Danielson.
Okay, Jordan went Will Ospreay. Swerve and Samoa Joe. I've gone with Swerve Strickland to win the title. Heel Batman. What are you saying?
I'm gonna agree with you on that one though. I love Strickland. He's so fucking good. He just seems like a really good. Sorry for the swearing. But he is so fucking good. Like he seems like one of the best talents they've got, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think he is. From what I've seen.
Yeah, Posh. Lee says walks around his house just saying bruv all the time as well. Like
in it, bruv.
So I am going to come to the two gentlemen at the bottom for this one. The rest of them are just kind of like, because we're running into time here. So Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland. Jordan's gone with Samoa Joe, but I'm going to ask the whole panel of guests for this one.
I'm going for Samoa Joe because I love Samoa Joe. I think he's always been great, and I think he's underrated.
I'm going for a Swerve choice here. Strickland for me.
Posh, it's down to you. Can I have an answer from yourself, please? I feel like Chris Tarrant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I'm going to go for Phone a Friend. You see, we're getting impressions now as well. Look.
It's a bit of everything on the screen.
He does it all, guys. He does it all. What can't he do is the real question.
You've got 10 seconds before your vote comes null and void.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. So you're sticking with Samoa Joe then. Okay.
Mojo.
Jojo.
Samoa Joseph.
I'm going to really quick.
Samoa Joseph is hilarious.
So, just going to give you a couple of minutes to compose yourselves.
That's just funny. I don't know.
He's a new man
like really
on a mission.
Sweet.
It's just like what his parents call him.
Come on, Mo, time for your dinner.
Big, muscly guy coming down. Like, yes, Mom, that's absolutely fine.
I want my dinner. Clutch.
Samoa Joseph.
Right, so first of all, in the world of AEW, we had an in-depth discussion on why that says United States champion. So basically, what happened, just to fill people in case they didn't know, is that two titles. The one of them was the International Championship. That merged with the IWGP Championship, and they made it. I don't know. I'm getting the names wrong potentially, but two titles merged, and then it became that. So in short, Moxley won that, and it was fitting that he won that title because the AEW show the week after was the same place which he won that same title 20 years previous, which is quite a cool moment. He also called the Don Callis a creep, and that he was feeding his client lies. he dared anyone from the group to come and find him and challenge Powerhouse Hobbs to a match. I know Moxley's a good wrestler, but I don't fancy him against Powerhouse Hobbs. I can't lie to you. So we then went on to the Chris Jericho section that I told you about already. And then Ospreay beat Claudio Castagnoli as well. That was a very good win for him leading up to Dynasty. So that's AEW. We shall now go on to. I'm going to get this out of the way first. Not get this out of the way. That sounded like I was.
Yeah.
Respect
TNA.
It's total non-shock action, don't you know?
So, Mustafa Ali retained his title. Rick Swann beat Joe Hendry. Frankie Kazarian beat Eric.
I like Joe Hendry.
Mike Santana wins. The System retained the tag team title. Alex Hammerstone won against. I can't remember the name of the guy now, but that was like a last man standing match. That was really cool. Jordana Grace, obviously you know her from coming in the Royal Rumble. She retained. Moose retained against Nick Nemeth, and then Matt Hardy came in at the end and did his massive. Which I don't know. It didn't really get me excited because they've been building up. They've been building this up for like a good few weeks now that there's going to be a massive return, and was expecting someone huge, but then Hardy came out and you were like, well, that's kind of okay, but it's nothing off the scale.
Do we know if Hardy has signed a deal, or is he just there on a temporary deal? What's going on here?
I would imagine so, because they're not going to have him at the end of the pay-per-view doing a move on their champion if he's not signed.
He hit the twist of fate, of course, on the champion there. So, did I put that fancy banner up? I don't know. You can see it again if not. Yes.
So, now I am going to let someone else do a little bit of speaking. So, Raw. Raw started off with something that we heard that was going to happen before Raw came out. So it was news that was obviously leaked by someone before Raw started. But basically what happened is Rhea Ripley came out. Basically came out and said she's injured. It wasn't from the match that she'd just been in, but it was from Liv Morgan backstage. She was told to vacate the championship, even though she didn't want to, which means that it must be her out for a long time, because they wouldn't vacate a champion that has been so deadly and so dominant for no reason. Liv Morgan did actually come out at the end and was laughing, and they do the 20 security guards stopping each of them. But it turns out that one of the wrestlers gets past these 20 security guards. What a shock.
What?
So, yeah, I'm going to go around the room because I haven't even really thought about this myself. I think it's too obvious to have Liv Morgan go for the title and win it. That might happen when Rhea is due to come back, so then she can take the title back off her, maybe. But yeah, heel Batman. What do you think? What do you think will change into for the women's division?
Well, I think obviously it's a bit of a. Well, I was going to say a ball ache, but she doesn't have balls. Hopefully.
We can't be presuming these days.
Anyway, yeah, obviously it's not great for her, but I think it could be good for Jade Cargill. It could be a chance to bring her up quicker, give her a push quicker. And yeah, that's all I can see from it, really. Not a pair of balls, that's for sure.
We had to double down on it. It's too late once we said it. We've got to double down and hope that
So literally double down on that one, doesn't it? Really, I mean, big pair of bowling balls going down there. Yes. Okay. I'll get us back on track. Don't you worry, son. Don't you worry. I got to say, right. So in terms of Rhea, it's gutting that she's going to have to vacate the title in these circumstances. Well, it gives a chance for Liv Morgan to have a bit of a run as a heel champion. Of course, it has been announced that there is going to be a battle royal on Raw tomorrow night for the title. Well, I'm sure Sam will get to that in a moment, but it makes sense in terms of booking for me that Liv gets that belt and she has a little bit of a run, and then as we lead towards perhaps one of the big ones in the summer, perhaps even in the autumn, let's go Survivor Series, shall we say, perhaps a big return with Rhea. And whenever she does come back, she's going to come back full on babyface. I'm pretty sure of that because of the reception she will receive off the crowd. She's already so over with the crowd, even in a role in Judgment Day. I think she's. It's a shame. It's an opportunity to develop a storyline. Mm-hmm. I do think that put in a battle royal situation is a little bit cheap because I think it's let's throw everybody into the pool and see who comes out the winner from that. I think they could have done something really good with this because if I'm not,
it's a bit of a cop out, isn't it? It's a bit of an easy option. The way in which I see it, it would have been nice if they were to do like a tournament, maybe, so you could have. Because in a battle royal, yes, you can put all the women's wrestlers in there, but then there's only a few that stand out. All of them don't stand out. Whereas if you did a tournament over the next couple of weeks of Raw and SmackDown, combine the two, then you could have had like a nice way to lead into the next pay-per-view with a final, maybe. Yeah,
they've probably thought like, oh, we need a champion right away, whereas they actually don't. Like they could have actually done that, made a tournament.
I think, I do want to know if the chair shot was actually what injured her, or if that's kind of just like a thing they're saying.
Yeah.
It's a smash up against the wall, I think, Devon. I think that's
I do remember watching that. I think we watched it live, like on the channel. That SmackDown. That chair shot did look crazy though. Like
what is the injury exactly? Like
it feels like it's an arm injury.
Dislocation of shoulder, I think.
Yeah. But I remember the chair shot did look kind of crazy when they threw it at her. I was like, that looked pretty like a hard smack right there with the chair. I don't know if it was just the angle that they did it at or like the way the camera cut to it, but it just looked very much like a very hard hit. But then seeing that she has to vacate it was crazy. I do think this is an opportunity that they could give to Jade Cargill to become like the over champ that it looks like they were setting her up to be. But at the same time, I feel like it's a little bit too much too soon where you could build her up to become a great champion. But if you just give it to her now, like, she might be a good champion, but there may always be that sentiment of like, well, if it wasn't for Rhea being out, because that would have been the match. There would have been the build up to have her go against Rhea. Would have been a great way to give her the championship if Rhea needed time or just start that rivalry. But this feels more like, oh, you just have to give it to her because, we don't have anybody else, which, opportunities come and that could boost her up and make her like, that next person just because of an opportunity. That's happened in the past. So it might be a good thing, but maybe they'll switch it up. Maybe they'll be like, oh, we got to give it to somebody else. Any other random person that you can think of and then start a rivalry off that. Maybe they're like, oh, we got to give Asuka another championship for some reason,
If I could just finish up on my point just before we go further. I don't know how much time, like in figures, the women's division has had on television just of late, but I think it's literally a case of about 5-6 minutes on a 3-hour broadcast on Raw. And for when we have this sort of situation where you have a vacated championship, as Sam's already said, maybe a sort of a championship tournament kind of thing, or a work towards a tournament, and maybe, as Poss suggests in the chat, have the finals at Backlash in France. Look, it would have been a great chance for some of the talent to have some television time here. It was certainly would have made a nice switch in the programming, give chance for a story to be told, rather than, like I say, throw everybody in the pool. Let's go and have a battle royale. That's going to take 8-10 minutes of TV time.
I do also think as well, the battle royal used to be like a really exciting concept, but I think they've overused it and overworked it the last couple of years, where it's not that exciting anymore. It's just kind of like a normal match. So yeah, I do think there's that element as well.
Yeah. Anybody else want to interject on what Sam's just said there?
Obviously, we're not the bookers, are we? So
not the booker, man. Suck up.
We're not. So yeah, that was that really. Obviously, we'll see as of next week what happens. Obviously, we'll be talking about that as of next week. So the next bit that we already knew that was happening, they didn't kind of surprise us on the night. They told us beforehand. But Sheamus returned to the WWE. He had a match against Ivor from
the Viking Raiders. Yeah.
Which he won. So yeah, it's good to see him back. I don't know. I think he's sort of the same, because obviously a lot of the time we see wrestlers come back more stacked or smaller or whatever it is, but I think he came back pretty much exactly the same, or almost. Maybe.
I mean, I will say he looks a little bit like
a look at that again.
Like he looks a little bit like what people would say, like flabbier. But
it looks like somebody stuck fake muscles on his arms.
Like, to be fair though, like he did say, he mentioned this as he said on Twitter that he had a late call or whatever, like it was on short notice. So that's that has a lot to do with it. But he said he's using it as motivation to come back even better. So hopefully he does that. Shout out to Sheamus, by the way.
I think people gotta realize, for a guy Sheamus's age, he looks incredible. Like we gotta get out of
and he had his old Fiend back,
heroes and stuff. Like Sheamus looked incredible for a guy his age, and even if it was last moment, that's even more impressive for him to just that's his normal look. Like outside of wrestling, he's like that stacked, like that built outside of wrestling. Like, yeah, you put him in spandex, it may not look like the greatest, but if he was wearing John Cena clothes, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy looks incredible.
He's probably better than most people.
Put him in some jorts, and he looks like he's 2008 Sheamus.
If you put Shamo alongside me in my spandex, there may be a bit of a difference. So, never has a truer word been spoken.
You don't need to be ripped to be strong. Look at Mark Henry. He was the world's strongest man, and he didn't. I don't even think he had a six pack.
The only six pack he had was in the fridge.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
I was say it was of juice because Mark Henry did not drink or do any recreational things.
I feel like the school teacher that's controlling blog by going, moving on.
Sorry, sir.
Well, that's
fingers on lips.
I feel like Lee is the class clown in this one.
I've been called worse.
Right. So, Triple H then unveiled the new tag team belts. If we do have a picture of them for our
which ones?
Visual viewers.
Sorry, that's my daughter making a scream. I'm sorry about that.
Which? Oh,
There we go. It's these ones.
There we go. What a fine pair they are.
Lovely.
I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
I think they look very modern. I think they look very fresh.
It looks like a title again.
For sure.
It's an upgrade on that penny piece that they've had for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the silver one too.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I feel like it almost feels like it fits into the theme of kind of like what the world championship, the WWE championship looks like, and like kind of like what the women's championship looks like. It fits into that kind of theme. I enjoy the hints of red. It does look like a real, like I would want these titles, you know. This is like something I would actually want to have.
You need a tag team partner first, mate.
You know, that's it.
Heel Batman's free.
Exactly. Let's go.
Any further thoughts on the titles before we move on?
Wait, we've got the other titles.
Yeah.
We have. I was going to go on to that next.
Oh.
That was on SmackDown. We've still got a little bit of Raw to talk about, yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry. My bad. I'm just a bit
antsy,
a bit excited. I am.
I would say the one thing I will say, those titles, I wish they kind of looked like had the shape of the old school Raw titles.
Hold the phone there if you're talking about the SmackDown titles.
No, I'm talking about the Raw ones.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just the Raw titles. I kind of wish they did have the kind of like shape. I do like the circle. Like, I think the circle is cool. I just think it looks a little bit too much like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That's like my only critique about it, is that it kind of looks like they made all three of those kind of like around the same time. But besides that, I think it's a good looking title. It's like when they made the Universal and the women's and all the other ones, but they're all like the same thing but different colors.
I do think they've like you've all kind of mentioned, they've made it kind of desirable again and made it like more, because obviously when you see a really nice title like that, I think it kind of gets you more excited for that division again. If that makes sense, it's like a basic like a revival of that title, isn't it? Because it's new, fancy, and everything.
A revival? What a good name for a tag team that is.
If only there was a tag team called that. So, quickly to round off Raw, Sami Zayn retained against Chad Gable. And
heel turn.
A sick heel turn at that.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the family.
And then Cody talked about backlash.
Backflaps.
Yo.
What? Backlash. This is just I don't think this even is a wrestling stream at this point. It's just a comedy evening. Cody spoke about Backlash, and he spoke about whether he was going to fight LA Knight or AJ Styles. He franked for staying true to his word, and then he brings out Jey Uso. Moving on swiftly to SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Moving on to SmackDown. So SmackDown, there wasn't really much that went on because the things that went on were quite telling and quite important. So I'm going to start from the end of the show and go to the beginning of the show because I just like to do things differently. So Bayley and Naomi had a match. It ended in a no contest because Tiffany Stratton came in and smacked 7 bells out of both of them. So it ended in a no contest. Then there was a tag team number one contenders match between the Street Profits, Akam and Razor.
The AOP, right?
Angel and Beirut. I don't even know who they are, to be fair. And Tyler Bate.
Beetroot. Does that count?
I know. That's what I thought. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. And the Street Profits came out the one contenders. So then we had the start of the show, which was the number one contender for Cody's title between AJ Styles and Wrestler. AJ Styles actually won match. He faces Cody, which I think is extremely exciting because I think that's two amazing technical wrestlers together in the ring. Styles actually came out with new entrance music.
It's the first time it's happening, isn't it? As well, like it's never happened before.
Yeah,
right?
It's the first time it's happened. Yeah. So yeah, that's really exciting. It's certainly one to look forward to. And Lee mentioned there might be a reason behind the run as well. So apparently AJ Styles is soon to finish in WWE. So which is why they have put him on this little push. Because I've said many times they haven't really given him a proper push or not really honed in on his skills and stuff because he's probably one of the best wrestlers that WWE have in terms of technical wrestling.
Even in the world, in my opinion.
For sure. So I've just got a little bit of any other news. I don't really know. Obviously, it's open to the guests as well if they know anything else. So we
wait, we didn't talk about the tag titles on SmackDown.
We didn't. So we'll go back a little bit. I'll put my banner back up with SmackDown. So we have new tag titles on SmackDown as well.
Again, lovely titles.
Yeah,
they are.
It's a nice set.
I just want to say it's almost the reverse criticism of the last one. Which I love these. I think these look great. I like the look of them. The one thing I don't enjoy is that they didn't add any hint of blue in this, which is like if they would have added it right underneath, like right behind the where it says WWE at the top, or like just a hint of it somewhere around where it has that crown or something, that would have really made these perfect. Outside of that, I love them.
I'm going to go a little bit off the cuff. I prefer the other titles. I tell you for why. That's a Gavin and Stacey quote for anyone.
I don't know who that is.
That hurts me as a Welshman.
It's my favourite show of all time. Devon, the Americans actually did a reboot of Gavin and Stacey, but it's absolutely horrendous. Like it is
like horrendous. Everything they do, like the In-Betweeners US. Like what the hell was that? Devon, come on, what was that?
The Office is funny.
It's not a patch on Ricky. I'll tell you that much.
It's not. It's not.
So if we want to get back on track just for a minute.
What's the American version of the show called? I might have heard of it.
The titles I actually prefer the Raw ones. I just think these ones are a weird shape.
I think Devon was asking what was the Gavin and Stacey called, the US one. Is it Gavin and Stacey US?
No, it is called Stacey US. It's called Us and Them.
Us and Them. Wow.
It's called Us and Them. It is absolutely shocking. Like,
I'm about to say I've never heard of that show. It sounds like it's pretty bad though. The title sucks.
Devon, have you ever seen The In-Betweeners?
I've seen the British version. I've never seen the US one.
Yeah.
The US version is awful.
I had Hulu, so there was a time where I watched a lot of British shows.
Another Gavin and Stacey quote: "The bloody fishing trip. Will we ever find out what happened on that fishing trip?"
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened on that fishing trip.
Oh dear, am I going to have to get us back on track here? One thing I like about these wrestling titles,
Right, I'll go back.
they're quite an old.
Back.
He's been into. I quite like these. These are quite an old-fashioned looking, golden age kind of wrestling title. I quite like the design of it. I quite like the way that the font on the front of it. I think that it's just much like the Raw ones, a big upgrade than what we've had previously. So it's a golden up for me.
Yeah,
I
like them. It's just the shape of them. The shape of them is a little bit weird.
I'm in love with the shape.
I like the shape. I do. Like the Bond said, I like the old school titles, the shape of the old school, like the old tag titles from like 2006, like them ones. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
it just needs that hint of blue, like he said.
The stream's blowing up. To be fair.
Yeah,
I just looked at the cast for Us and Them. This looks like the most unfunny show I've ever seen in my life.
It is the most dreadful show you will ever see.
Like, I've never seen a less funny looking cast in my life.
I know. Right, watch. There's a video, Devon, that I'll send you that shows the difference between Gavin and Stacey UK version and the US version, and how they don't even look the same. Like in betweeners, they at least tried to do the same sort of mold of characters. They just did it dreadfully.
Oh my god, this is the mom from Malcolm in the Middle. Oh, I'm so bad.
I know who that is. I know Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh man, they grabbed the mom from that, and then this.
They grabbed the mom from where?
Well, this is the mom from Malcolm in the Middle with the black hair that they got in here.
Oh.
But,
hold on, boys. Heel Batman is being summoned.
No. Back to the Batcave.
I'm sorry to distract the show once again. I just looked and I was like, this cast looks very good.
I'm going to send you that video now so I don't forget.
Okay.
The difference between the UK Gavin and Stacey and Us and Them. Where's Devin on here? I'll try to accidentally not send the link that I mentioned before instead.
Yes.
What a professional broadcast this is, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you okay?
It's what the people like to see.
Well, tell you what, why don't we take the titles on, and maybe I can lead you on to your next segment if you like, Sam.
Well, I meant Lee, that cough at the end. I was worried about it for a second.
Oh, I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm fine.
So, I'm going to let Lee take over this one while I send this video to Devon. I don't know why
can we take the titles off?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do as we speak.
Okay.
That hint of blue.
Here we are.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So as we move on to the next segment, as we go on to any other news or opinions, I think probably the first thing I think we probably need to talk to is the MVP of WrestleMania weekend. Of course, I'm talking about Seth Rollins, who managed to get himself through WrestleMania weekend with a big title match against Drew McIntyre and getting himself involved in, of course, the big match with Cody and Roman Reigns. So apparently, according to Becky Lynch, he's gone into surgery the past Tuesday to repair his knee. And of course, as we all would have seen at the end of Cody against Roman Reigns, bless his heart, Seth Rollins was clearly in a lot of pain. He could barely put any weight on his knee. He could be out for quite a while. Let's just hope he has a decent recovery. I think his rehab will be looking after his 3-year-old kid. So a big shout out to Seth Rollins. Devon, your thoughts on Seth, please.
I mean, shout outs to Seth Rollins. He put on a show for WrestleMania to help everybody else. He literally just spent the whole time of WrestleMania helping others obtain their goals. And I actually saw a video where he got really like that leg, like after he gets hit by Roman. So I wish him the best. I mean, I'm actually, here's my thing about Roman. I don't think I actually got to see him like, I've never really seen him wrestle besides WrestleMania. I may have seen him like a quick thing or like a quick like one of the entrances before, but I've never like actually seen him put on a show. And I'm kind of disappointed that like that was the one time I saw him put on a show, and I thought he did really good, and he got injured from that night, and it sucks because he put on a hell of a job. But yeah, that's really my thoughts on him as in general.
Fair enough. I think Seth was so selfless over WrestleMania weekend to certainly in terms of progression on the storyline, things as well. You know, his brief cameo in the main event of night 2, of course, when the Shield music hit and they're all looking around. Well, what's going on? What's happening? And there he is in full-on Shield gear, taking the Superman punch off Roman Reigns as part of the distraction, which of course led to the finish of the match with the callback where the Shield broke up and then Roman couldn't help himself. And the story there is, of course, he put his attention on Rollins, where he should have had his eyes on the prize in kayfabe. And of course, Cody managed to retaliate with the kick and the 3 crossroads into the pinning combination for the win. Sam, your thoughts on Seth Rollins before you take off the baton for me?
Seth, he's ever professional. We knew this before, obviously, what happened at WrestleMania. But yeah, ever professional. Everybody listen as well. So yeah, everything's good on the Seth Rollins front. So any other news? I've just got one more thing. We had the sad news that WWE had some releases as of last week. So we had Jinder Mahal, who's not been there for very long, has he? He's only just come back in like the last sort of 3 or 4 months. I don't know the time scale, but it's not been that long.
He came back in the build to WrestleMania with that segment with The Rock, didn't he? Yeah. And then, which kind of led to perhaps people thinking Rock against Roman. But I'm not sure of his TV involvement since then. But yes, the former WWE champion is amongst a handful of releases, and it's I'm sure what is good is there are options for him to go, whether AEW, TNA, or elsewhere.
So maybe he can help build up TNA because AEW already has enough people. The problem is AEW don't have enough like fans in the stands, and they don't know how to do the storylines properly. So like if Edge isn't going to save them, I don't think Jinder Mahal is going to save them. No offense, but you know TNA, he can make that start looking like a real product over there. You know, I've literally only heard of one thing happening since TNA came back, and that was like last night when some chick did a pin, but it was super sexual, and everybody liked it, and they were like, "Wow, this is what TNA is about, huh?"
Maybe I'll have to go back and watch that because
that's a different sort of TNA.
Yeah, it was just like a very sexualized pin move that was like, okay, you don't see that a lot, you know. It was a women's match, so it was like nice to see, but you know, at the same time, it's like I don't hear anybody bragging about the wrestling that's happening on TNA. I'll say that.
In all fairness, I watched pretty much most of it, and I've enjoyed it. Both places I've done so far, I've enjoyed it. And as you know, if it was terrible, I would tell you it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I have quite enjoyed it. So we had 2 other releases as well. We had Xia Li, NXT. I don't think she got any higher than that. I don't think. I don't think she ever came on to the two main brands. So she is going to be a great acquisition for another company for sure. And then Jinder Mahal's tag team partner. If you could help me out with this one, Lee, because I've not described it very well on my book.
I'm literally looking at Sean Ross Sapp's Twitter, so I can try and help you out, mate. So I will say this: I'm just scrolling through. It looks like Matt Hardy is still a free agent. I don't think he's signed a long-term deal just yet. So that's worth reporting. He's also if you go to Fightful Select on their in there that you pay it. I think there's some news on Jeff Hardy to look at as well.
How did they not have Adam Copeland and Matt Hardy working together on TNA or AEW?
You know, sometimes things are best left alone.
Yeah, but it's not even like they hate each other now. They're actually friends in real life again. And it's like you could at least have them do matches together and do something new. I'm sure they would still like wrestling. So they wrestled when they actually hated each other and they still put on good shows.
No, I remember. I remember.
I feel like they'd be able to handle it now when they're like actually super adults, you know, new families, all new things. Like they're in a good place. They could do some like normal rivalries and stuff. Like, hey, who's better, me or you? Like, I mean, clearly it's Edge, but you know, we can make the case for Matt Hardy and that. You know, we could try to be building up Matt Hardy's case here, and Edge has a championship they could be fighting over. I'm just saying, it feels like a missed opportunity. You got two greats. It's like having Ric Flair and Hogan in WCW and being like, you know what? I don't want to put that match together. I don't want to put that one together.
So just to go through, I mean, I'm trying to find the names that we're trying to find. Just scrolling through, it looks like Drew McIntyre's working quite injured at the moment. Badly hyperextended elbow, according to Sean Ross Sapp. So I'll remind you all that as far as I'm aware, he's out of contract in May, and I don't think he's signed a new deal yet. Obviously, he's getting a massive push in the WWE at the moment.
Are they doing that? It makes you think, are they doing that though just because they know his contract's coming up? It makes you think, doesn't it?
Well, I believe behind the scenes, the person that deals with the contracts and stuff like that I believe someone has been replaced. Someone not necessarily a very popular figure. I don't know the name, but so there may be a sort of change behind the scenes. Right, some of the names that we are looking for. Sangha, I believe, is one of them. We mentioned Veer. Of course, with Veer, a big call-up, of course, he's coming to WWE, and then about 12 weeks later, he's still coming. So it's possibly the longest build-up, apart from Emma and Evolution. Well, I'm waiting for a big promo package to air this week on Raw. Veer is going. I thought I might get a laugh out of someone there. Anyway.
You got a smile.
Thank you. Well, Jinder Mahal, of course, you just mentioned. He's tweeted the I quit on X and changes his bio to free agent 90 days, of course. Talking about the 90-day release clause. You spoke about Xia Li. Now, this is an interesting one because from what I was hearing from the lads over on Cultaholic Wrestling early on today, she was actually announced for that Battle Royal we mentioned on Raw. So for the women's title. So whether she shows up, it wouldn't be totally unheard of for people to be granted their release. And obviously they're still working under a bit of contract here, but it'll be interesting to see if that was all just last minute kind of thing or just an oversight or whatever. Zion Quinn, is that another name that Mahir was
No, I only heard of 3. So the other ones you've mentioned as well. So it must have been more than 3.
Thank you. And I suppose the other thing you might want to allude to a little bit is the wasn't there a tag team match with the New Day coming out on Raw this week, and the little bit of a tease for the return of some of the Wyatt family with the QR code business, and they're talking about Bray's brother Bo and Big Red. What's the fella's name? Ronan. Sounds right.
I know who you
Rowan.
Rowan.
Thank you.
Rowan.
I'm just eating. I am. Sorry, boys.
So good. I think that's pretty much it. I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover. Obviously,
maybe a slight detail that I should bring up with the Seth Rollins thing. He's obviously was working with a torn meniscus, and that is the thing he's had this surgery on. And like I said, I don't know a time scale of him recovering, but you know what? If anyone's due for a bit of time off here, it makes a lot of sense for him just to rest.
Right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Oh,
so
wow.
yes, so let's
them working on his leg the whole time was probably like actually hurting him in real life.
Yeah. In the words of Taz, this isn't ballet.
Yeah, like they're like making his like surgery needs worse at like every moment, and he's just going through it. Insane that he was able to put up he did 3 things there that obviously would have made it worse. I feel like he definitely would have had the injury during his fight with when he was going against I was talking about the 1-on-1 for the world championship with with McIntyre.
Yeah,
but that's when he really put on the show, and it really felt like he was actually getting hurt. Like I was like, wow, he looks like he's actually hurt. He was most likely 100% hurt at that point, and still put on a almost 40-minute show. So shout outs to him.
Yeah, shout outs to Seth. I hope we get serious Seth though. Like I don't want when he comes back, I don't want him to be this goofy Seth Rollins, like what he was. Seth freaking Rollins. I want him to be actual Seth Rollins.
We'll see. I mean, he could be up for a while, but we'll see. And you know, let's hope he takes the necessary time he needs to recoup and recover. I suppose if he wasn't going to do himself any further damage, he wouldn't have gone through the WrestleMania weekend. But like I said, what a trooper for getting through that weekend and doing the bits that he did over that and the build up too. In fairness, I don't think he missed much television. He might not have stepped in the ropes and doing matches on television, but to continue the build up of the big matches with the for the world title, and obviously teaming up with Cody for the match against Roman and Rock. I think that was he did a phenomenal job, probably going above and beyond anything that anyone would have expected from him. So fair play to him.
Yes. So we've kind of got to the natural end of the show. I hope you all had a laugh that we've had this evening as well, which is what we want to do on this channel. We want our personalities to come out how we would come out if you was to meet any of us in the street by us. That's going to be a surreal moment when one day someone walks past and go, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like,
I've had that moment, Sam. I've had that moment here in Chelmsford. Yes, I did.
I was going to say, I had that moment, but they confused me for somebody else.
Oh, damn.
Who was it that they confused you?
I just made that up. I'm sorry. I'm just saying things because they felt funny in the moment.
Oh, goodness me.
Sorry.
Right. So, it seems like a good segment to have you kind of say what you want to say.
Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. We just had Sam on yesterday for game 1 of the NBA playoffs. It was a fun time. We had a lot of people come on there. You could be the next person to come on and, watch the game with us if you're into NBA basketball. We do all types of stuff, reactions. I got movie reactions. Literally after this, I have like a bunch of reactions to do, religious, all types of stuff. So follow me there. I'm doing a music reaction soon. I'm going to learn about Shintoism if you're interested. So it's going to be a fun time. Oh, and merch. Yeah, I got merch. Did you know all the uses for these cups? First of all, you can drink out of them. You can put stuff into them. Pens, pencils. Don't put color pencils in here. No markers. Just pens, pencils, no markers. You can drink out of them. Liquids, hot or cold. So take advantage of it now while they last. Cups. You never know. They're going to be the thing of the future, guys. Cups are going to be here to stay. I promise you. Like, I know you guys are still having a lot of fun drinking out of your hands, and, drinking out of like sacks. But trust me, cups are the future. So if you're going to invest in something, invest in them now. Cups, remember that. Hey, we got an investor.
Cups are great.
Here. We got an investor.
It's just so futuristic, you guys, with these things that I've never heard of before.
We're like two steps ahead,
Exactly, 2024. It's the year of the cup.
Yeah.
And if you want to pick up a cup, unlike Arsenal have this year, go to the merch channel. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, thank you for putting the banner up, Sam, my fellow member on the Gooner Gathering side. Yes, indeed, you can find us, and we are family friendly, as you can tell by this family friendly stream today. We cover the Arsenal team, previews, reviews, live matches, and in course, I was recognised by Sir Trevor Brooking in my day of work. Of course, that is 100% accurate. If you don't believe me, check out my Instagram page. And yes, absolutely. Cups are the future, says Posh Bertie.
No AI involved in these cups, I promise you.
Absolutely. So to conclude with me, if you want to find me on my X page, you can find me at Gooner Lee Meads or at Gooner Gathering is where you can find me. Also on the YouTube and on Twitch. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed our stream and our brand of sports entertainment. It has been a stream.
So I have actually a little thing to plug myself this week. So I have, in the last couple of weeks, started my own Twitch channel. It is below. I don't know why that brought on a laugh, but
it's Bertie's comment that's just made me laugh.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, we're very professional here.
I will be playing a bit of everything. We've got a bit of FIFA on there. I want to get some Elimination Chambers on there on 2K. Played Fortnite with a couple of my friends today on stream. That was really fun.
Nice.
I've got another game series that I am going to do with one of my friends as well. It's going to be a fun time. So come and join me over there. Kyle, do you have anything to update the wonderful people that watch this channel on?
Yeah, well, I got a video in the works right now. It's a pretty mad one. It's a throwback to the old rivalry of Vince Kennedy McMahon versus Shawn Michaels. So yeah.
Wow, that is a throwback.
Wow, is that where he wrestles God?
And God, yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love when the Invisible Man showed up. It's like the Invisible Man versus
somebody
the Invisible
call
Stan.
my mama. What a theme.
So got a couple of comments as well.
Yes.
So a very professional stream. Well done, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, professionalism isn't the goal here. Realness is. Realness over professionalism.
I'm doing a Arsenal career mode on FIFA. He sold Eddie Nketiah, so he's already my favourite manager. Also in the comments, Posh made a wild that I should swap Havertz for someone, and I actually went and did it. yeah, some changes have been made. I can't unfortunately sack Edu though. It's not allowed on FIFA. I can't get to him. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. You'll see some videos in the week, of course, but if not, you shall see us all next week. Or if you follow my Twitch, you might see me on there as well. A little shameless plug again. So, yeah, that's it.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Fella.
Shameless plug. Cups. Get them now. Invest.
So, yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a good next week as well. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you when I'm looking at